Thanks for staying with us. So joining us on the show this morning is the Managing Director, NG Clearing, Farouk Oreagba. He will be speaking on the unveiling of Airtel Smart Connect, live or living limitlessly. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Living limitlessly. What does it even mean, and what does it mean to you personally?
Well, limits are optional. They're sort of boundaries that we set for ourselves. For me, the limitless mindset involves empowering people, encouraging them to live their best lives, to dream big, and most importantly, not to let anything hold you back. You know, we all have obstacles in our lives, and you know, sometimes the universe has a way of taking you on a journey.
So you're a universe person like me.
I got many sides to me, trust me. But no, the universe has a way of taking you on a journey that you never thought you needed, just to give you the results that you've always wanted. So,
Deep,
you know, so living limitlessly, it means that, you know, you don't quit. You know, from a personal perspective, I've faced many obstacles. And as someone close to me said once, a winner is a quitter who tried one more time. So if you quit, you're never going to achieve your full potential. So for me, that's what limit, you know, some people say it just means you're stubborn, you know, shangri, you know. But for me, it's, you try and see the positive side of things, you know, and even though you identify potential obstacles, rather than turning around and walking away, you try and sit down and look at a way to overcome those obstacles. So that's what it means to me. And I think that, in a way, is one of the reasons why I am in this partnership that I'm in, because, you know, both, you know, if you look at what Airtel are doing, trying to empower people, trying to give them the tools to stay connected and relevant, and, you know, on a day-to-day basis, you need connectivity. I work in capital markets. I work, you know, we trade at stock exchanges. You know, even on stock exchanges, we need to be connected from New York to Tokyo to Lagos. So in every facet of our lives. So, you know, I ended up finding an entity that sort of shares the same values that I do, and we came together.
Let's look at the synergy, your partnership with Airtel. And let's discuss the synergy of your life philosophy and Airtel's life limitless message. And why is this collaboration very meaningful to you? I know you've mentioned the empowering you. How did you guys synergize into agreeing to run this project?
Well, I think it was a natural partnership from day dot. We both share the values of pushing limits, inspiring, helping people to be their best, to be the best version of themselves. And it was, you know, we made the connect shortly after Ojudioba, and in less than 10 minutes, you know, this whole story, if you look at it, is actually woven around my life, in a way. Which made it easy for me. Would I go and learn to be an actor now? No. You know, I'm 58 years old.
You can.
Well, I can, but no, I'm not saying I
That's never been limitless.
Well, well, look at me now. That's the whole point. You know, I mean, I've gone from a guy who's known for trading, speaking about finance and everything, and all of a sudden I'm in the studio, people are putting makeup on my face because, you know, so the relationship with Airtel was, it didn't take too long to come to fruition. They said they had this idea, living limitlessly. I asked, what does it mean to you? Guess what? It's very similar to what it means to me. Now, how do we do it? You know, anything that pushes a positive message, an inspirational message, is you know, I'm 100% for it. And here they are, and here we are.
Yeah. Okay, so can you share your journey and how generally your outlook on life? Because the one we know is about you on the horse and, you know,
the vibe
and all. And
my there's a lot more to me than that. My journey is, I think it's been an incredible journey. My father died when I was 4. I was raised by a single woman, a single mother, fantastic woman. She gave us everything we wanted. I went to the best schools. I went to King's College. My sister went to Queen's College. And I was very, very troublesome. But my stubbornness started when I was young because I studied engineering, but my mother was a derivatives trader, so she was in finance. And because we didn't have a house girl, when I leave school, I go sit in my mother's office, watch her do buy, sell. So even though I went to university, studied engineering, I always wanted to go into finance. Okay. So already stubbornness, you know,
took you out of there.
You're supposed to go here. I went this way.
You went there.
I worked to get through my business and finance degree after engineering. I worked. I did whatever it took. You know, that's also part of what, not letting things hold you back. I worked manual labor, whatever, just to get myself through uni, got into the system in the UK, and then I ended up in Nigeria. But the real story started in February 2014 when I did a routine scan and I was told that I had cancer. And and not just any form of cancer, cancer that at the time there was no known cure for. So that in itself seems like a death sentence, and your whole world comes caving in. But then you have 2 choices. You either sink or you swim. My youngest son was 2 years old then, and having been brought up by a single parent, the last thing I want for anybody, even though my mother was absolutely wonderful, she's still alive, she's an absolutely adoring woman, I know what it's like to be brought up without a father. And I didn't want that to happen to my sons, especially the youngest one. So at that time, it was like, okay, what do I have to do? I will do whatever it takes. Do I stand a chance of living? Yes. What am I going to have to do? I was diagnosed in February. I did my stem cell transplant in August 2014. Ironically, in February 2015, a year, 365 days from when I did my first test, I did another test. I had gone into remission, complete remission. Don't ask me why it's 364, the 365, it could have been 360, but day to day. 3rd of February 2014, I did a scan. 3rd of February 2015, I did a scan, and I was clear. So in a way, it's almost like saying God just wanted to ginger me and say, well, or rather, he thought I was having a good time and said, listen, Mr. Oreagba, let me slow down.
Let me shake you a bit.
Let me just ginger you small.
Let me ginger you.
And it changed my life. Priorities change. You know, we go through life thinking that, you know, we're going to live forever.
I want to live.
This was a wake-up call. And therefore, you take your life into perspective. You look at everything you want to do. And you realize that that thing that you want to do, you're not going to wait till you're 70 to do it because you may not get to 70. You look at ways of gaining favors from God, so you realize that I got to be nice, I got to be nice, I got to be nice. And then one of the main things that really got me was, because I was doing a lot of chemotherapy. I did chemotherapy for 8 years. And some of it is intravenous, some of it is by pills. And you go to it, every week you go for your chemo and you sit next to somebody. Now you're feeling sorry for yourself. Well, here's a 10-year-old kid who's got cancer. And because he knows no other thing, he's running around bubbling. And then one day you come back, he's not there. What happened? He's dead. So all of a sudden you realize that, you know, every day is a blessing. And, you know, it also means that, you're not going to let anything hold you back because you realize you have a limited time, you have your goals. And more importantly, if you've got kids, you want to also leave something, you know, when you say that, oh, my dad was this, my mom was that.
A legacy.
A legacy. So it sort of changed my whole outlook. And I was like, I'm not going to let it hold me back.
A certain type of way already. Help us out of this field.
I hope it's a good feeling.
No, but it's, for me, it's an everyday feeling.
Yes.
This is how I think every night before I sleep, maybe because of my faith.
Yeah.
As you were talking initially when you came in, I'd attacked you that you didn't speak Ijebu. So your fans, your Ijebu, fellow Ijebu people on TikTok are saying they also are Ijebu people who are Lagos people.
Yes.
Who don't speak Ijebu anymore. But, you know, what you just said now has made me wonder, what do you hope that, you know, people listening to you, people who join or see the Live Limitless campaign that you're pushing now, what do you hope they take away from the Live Limitless campaign?
Absolutely, that is a very good question. And my hope, and that this is the aim, is that my story resonates with them. And if you look at the ad, you see me doing my normal work. I'm trading. I have issues. I get up. I don't lose my temper. I'm still smiling. I go on the balcony. I look around. Then from there, I go back home. What they're going to take from it, do not let anything hold you back. Always look on the bright side of life. No matter how bad it is, there's somebody who's in a worse situation than you. And for me to go from, if you'd asked me a year ago whether I'd be here, I'd say not a chance. You never know what's around the corner. So it's always important to remain connected, to remain relevant, to remain in the game. You know, as I always say, you got to be in the game to win the game.
True.
So
not from the sidelines.
Is there a God factor? You know, do you sit sometimes and think, this can only be God?
Absolutely.
Did you think also this year when you got the sudden lights on you that it was God? It was just God.
Right.
It's your time to...
Well, first of all, the God factor. When you're lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, writhing in pain, be it from cancer or from the chemo, you remember God. Trust me. If you didn't remember God before, you will find God and you remember God. So I do believe a lot of the things that have happened to me are, they're not ujulaso.
I wanted to shake you. I got that
There is, listen.
We're lost.
There's always an actor.
I'll explain. You know, I'll tell you exactly. Bottom line is, you know, it makes you realize that maybe there's one is here for a bigger purpose. Okay. Because some of the things that have happened, like I said, 3rd of February 2014 to 3rd of February 2015, it's an odd thing.
Yeah.
I was not ill. Why did I go take a scan? If I could have waited another 3 years and then it would have been a different matter to deal with. I've been riding horses, Ojudu, about 15 years. Why is it this year that all of a sudden I rode last year, I rode the year before. You know,
wasn't
why?
time then.
So there is a reason for this thing. Maybe because I am in a better space, I'm a better person, and in better space to handle these things. I think ultimately there is a message we're trying to get out, and I would love to be an inspiration to people, and even people say that now, and even with the recent campaign, I'm still getting people. It's funny, people look at the campaign and people take different meanings. People say, you know, I was inspired by your story. You know, you've inspired me to do this. And that's what we're trying to achieve with this partnership. It's not just about, you know, selling boxes. It's about, there's an underlying message, which is, you know, live limitlessly.
You can.
You know, you can live limitlessly. No, don't let anything get you down. If there is a problem, it can be resolved, be it connectivity, be it health. You know, I overcame serious health challenges, and, you know, every day is a blessing. I live each day as it were my last. So, I mean, that's the main thing, and hopefully people take that away from here. It's not just an advert. There is an underlying message, which is live your best life.
Live your best life.
Live your best life.
Live
limitlessly while you can. And even if a small percentage of people can fall in line with that, then I'm doing okay.
It's an impact.
I think that's amazing, and I think we can end on that note.
We have to end.
Oh, you don't want to end? I actually have one more question for you, because aside from the fact that this is, you know, talking about your partnership, it's also inspiring to many of our viewers. I'm sure a lot of people are listening now and they're saying, okay, maybe I shouldn't pause on my dreams anymore. Maybe I should go out there and do it.
Try one more time.
Yes. So, but I would like to ask, In what ways has Airtel helped people to live limitlessly, and what more are they doing, especially with this campaign that's going on right now?
Well, as we sort of try to illustrate in the clip, living limitlessly is about chasing your dreams. Okay. It's important that you can, in the chasing of your dreams, you're going to come up against certain obstacles. It's about being able to overcome those. So in the case of the ad, the guy who's lost, which way? They send him in two different directions. The guy who's trying to do is stock taking. There's no light. The women who are trying to, plan, do the material stuff. Telecoms connectivity is something that touches every facet of human life in this day and age. We're on the table. Everyone's got their phones on the tables.
Yeah, we're working with
it's almost as if without it we can't do it. Yeah. So, but we also identify there are problems, connectivity, this, that, and the other. If you can provide that, which is an essential part of day-to-day living, and at the same time carrying the message about living limitlessly, there's a possibility that it's actually going to change a lot more lives than we can actually, because it's not just the telecoms. We're not selling boxes. We're sending a message. Mm-hmm. And my partners, Airtel, have positioned themselves to do that. And, I'm happy to be part of this journey.
Hey,
so,
there's a question.
One more question and we go.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you that why Airtel? Why not any other service provider? Why
as an Ijebu man.
I know.
I think it's well.
We know where we're going to.
Okay.
The colors are different.
In telecoms, they simply embody my story.
Okay. They align with your goals.
Yes, in what they're trying to do.
Values, yeah.
They are limitless in their outlook, and that's who I am. So it was a natural thing, natural coming together.
No, we gotta go. Okay, are you?
Mariam is asking.
You mentioned his son.
Available?
You have a son.
Yes, I
have a wife.
We've been following the story. Let me help you answer. He has a relationship. He's been in and
Does
out
he?
of marriage. He has said it before. I've seen too many videos of it. He's popular as a star.
Does he have anybody
I
now?
am married.
I don't have anybody now.
I do.
You have a partner.
Hey, please tell them.
He's not single.
He's not single. All right, thank you so much for being on the show with us. We've enjoyed sharing with you.
Can I come back?
Yeah, sure. I just wish we could keep you for other gists, aside from limitless living.
I full ground though.
You full ground. Producers, do your work while we go on a break. So we've been speaking with the Managing Director, NG Clearing, and it's been an interesting conversation. When we come back, the show continues. Stay with us.
Thank you, guys.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.